What is going on, guys? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today, I'm going to be looking at a mock draft from NFL.com. And the reason why I am looking at it is because it's a little bit different than most mock drafts for the New York Jets at pick 10. It feels like more often than not, and sometimes there's exceptions to the rule. The last time we did a video like this is because they took Rome Odunze in that mock draft. But in this mock, it is just a little bit different because in most cases, again, at pick number 10, the common names that get mocked to the Jets over and over again are Olu Fashanu and Talisi Fuaga. Now, I would be more than thrilled with either one of those guys. I've said it before, I personally would take Olu Fashanu at pick 10 if both are available because he is more of the prototypical left tackle and he's a better pass protector. But I do love Talisi Fuaga as well. If both tackles, both being Fashanu and Alt, end up going in the top 9 and the New York Jets are sitting there at pick number 10 and end up taking Talisi Fuaga, I'd be more than thrilled. In fact, I'd be actually very excited about that just because of his profile and, you know, he's been mocked to the Jets for a while, but I really like his game. Anyway, Lance Zierlein is the NFL.com writer who did this mock draft. We'll go through the first few picks, and then we'll get to the New York Jets one because it's different. It's a different offensive lineman to the New York Jets at pick number 10. So first pick, not really a surprise, Caleb Williams. Second pick, Jaden Daniels over Drake May. I can't get there, but interesting. Maybe because of the new connection here with Cliff Kingsbury, but I'm not sold on it. But anyway, Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Patriots, so they pass on Drake May. Also, Rome Odunze, pick number 4. All right, Drake May goes to the Falcons in a trade. Fine. Talisi Fuaga, first offensive tackle off the board, then Joe Alt, then Terrion Arnold. So, all right, a couple things here because obviously this is going to impact what happens with the New York Jets. I've said it before on this video. I've said it in other things. I like Fuaga a ton. I think he's worthy of a top 10 pick. I don't have him over Joe Alt. There's not a world where I could imagine taking Fuaga over a Joe Alt, but in this mock draft, they do. So again, we know that is going to impact things down the line for what the Jets do at pick number 10. Pick number 9, Malik Neighbors makes it all the way down to number 9, right in front of the New York Jets. To me, he is the second best wide receiver behind Marvin Harrison Jr. He goes as wide receiver 3. And then for the New York Jets, we could scroll it up. JC Latham is the pick at pick number 10, offensive tackle out of Alabama. Here's the quote: "The Jets must find a way to protect Aaron Rodgers next season. Latham can help in that regard and will also booster the team's running game as a crushing drive blocker." Now, JC Latham, I feel like, is such a hot button discussion, not only among Jets fans, but just in the NFL draft community, because you have people who really like JC Latham a lot. And then you have others who are way down on JC Latham. And I don't think I'm either of those. I could get behind a team liking him to go in the first round. I think he's a first round talent. I think he's offensive tackle 4 or 5, somewhere in that range. But the reason why Latham would scare me in particular for the New York Jets has nothing to do really with his tape. I think his tape has been good. I think he has good tape. I think he has first, top 20 tape. But like I always hear, oh, you got to watch the Michigan game, or they always clip the play at the end of the game where JC Latham got blown up a little bit on the last play of the game on the QB sneak for Alabama on 4th down, the whole thing. And the reason why I have my reservations with him isn't because of that play. It's not because a ton of the things that I've seen on tape, but it's his size. He's 6'6", 360. Mekhi Becton was listed as 6'7", 364. And I know it's not fair because every single prospect is different, right? It's not fair to group these people in the same categories because of the same, they're basically the same size. You say, oh, well, Latham carries his better, and Mekhi Becton, blew up in his second year, and for all those reasons. And I get it. It's true. Not every single prospect is the same. Everyone is going to be different. But going from Mekhi Becton, who you took, 4 years ago in 2020, and he was a bigger offensive lineman, powerful run blocker, powerful in the run game, mauler, like the whole thing. Is there not a legit comparison to Becton? And maybe there's a world where Mekhi, if he never gets hurt, he's turns into a good player. But that's my fear with Latham is people, offensive linemen at that size. I really question the longevity factor and the health. I don't know if that would be the play for me, especially because Fashanu's still there, number one. But Latham scares me off for that reason. And in this mock, you got to go down to 18 for Fashanu to go. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't buy him lasting all the way to pick 18. But just for regards to Latham, I don't think if you're a fan of his, and there's a lot of people whose opinions that I really respect a lot and that I like, who like JC Latham. I just don't think that I can personally get there for the Jets because of what they just went through on their offensive line. And especially with someone like Olu Fashanu still being there. Can I see the Jets taking Latham over Fashanu, Fuaga, Alt? I can't get there. Maybe in a trade down, they could take him. I don't look at him in the same light as the top three guys. To me, I have Joe Alt, a little bit of a step down, Fashanu and Fuaga in that next tier, and then I have a next step down, and guys like Latham are there, Guyton, and Paul, right, is the other one from Houston. I think they're in that similar boat. I don't love it, to be honest with you. I would be upset on draft night if the New York Jets took Latham over Olu Fashanu, and Fashanu ended up lasting to pick number 18. This is not a mock draft that I could get behind. To be honest with you, I don't really love this mock draft. I think it's a little gimmicky. It's trying to be different. I think it's trying a little bit too hard to be different. And who knows, maybe, in April, we see things are like, hey, like this is, it ended up falling way different. And, Lance Erlin was a lot closer to being right than what the status quo was at the time. But I think this one's a little bit too gimmicky. And I would not be a fan of drafting JC Latham over Olu Fashanu. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. What would you think if the Jets did this? Do you like Latham? Are you nervous about Latham? How do you feel about him as a prospect? And just this mock draft in general? Let me know in the comments. Please subscribe if you're new. Like the video before you go, and I'll catch you next time.